morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day so far, or good morning so far. I know it's Monday, but I am back. I am so sorry. I did not expect to be gone this long, but you know what? I just had a really, really, really bad week. I mean, I did. It had a bad week. I do not wish anything to have anyone in my position go through what I went last week. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. It I never expected it, but it just happened. And it basically was my fault. I should have known, but yeah. I didn't do anything about it. I'll tell you. I had back-to-back food poisoning. And not only that, I threw out my back. And it was I'm still recovering from throwing my back out. It still hurts a bit, but it only hurts when I lay down on my back, and it's the pain is gradually going away. That's the problem with getting older. But other than that, I am here. I am here. We are here. We're going to be doing. All I can say is I'm hungry. I am so hungry. I've lived off of nothing but crackers and soup, and I'm. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. I could not stream in that situation. I had back-to-back poisoning, food poisoning. It all started when I decided to put some cut up steak into my my noodles, my Korean noodles, and I kind of it was from a barbecue that I did. I cooked out and had some steaks, and I made some steaks for leftover just to put in my soup for my Korean noodles. And yeah, there was something wrong with the taste, but I still ate it. I still ate it all. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. No. 10 minutes later, I regretted it. It was the most worst decision I have made. And then when I finally made it, like 3 days later, close to 3 days, I started feeling better. I was tired. I was drinking a lot of water and some electrolytes to make up, and then eating crackers and I'm not drinking, but eating soup. And it's just like, ugh. I'm tired of soup. Let's put it that way. And then on top of that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling much better. And I went and made breakfast, and I made myself an omelet, and then I put I kept telling myself that I needed to throw that salsa away. I needed to throw that salsa away. I never did, because so I had 2 jars of salsa, one that expired and the one that is freshly new. Well, I made the mistake of getting I should have known, because the new salsa that I had that was in the fridge, the bottle changed. So the appearance of the new salsa changed. So the bottle looked very different compared to the old one. So yeah, I ended up with the old one in my omelet, and that tasted weird. And I was like, this don't taste right, but I still ate it all. Yeah, 10-15 minutes later, I was like, okay, that is, I paid for that. And yeah, and then after I was almost done, like, I needed to cut I was doing yard work, because the yard people are the what are they called? The not the recycling, but the other people who pick up yard work waste was gonna come by that same day. So I was like, okay, I woke up early in the morning. And I went to go and do yard work, and I know I did. I got up too quickly and threw my back out. That injury has only happened to me. This is the third time it's ever happened to me within, I don't know. This was the last time I had that happen to me was over 15 years ago. And the first, I know the first incident that happened, I think I was like 20 something, like early 20s, somewhere around there. And I know that I threw my back out because again, I got up too fast. Well, that's a reoccurring injury that happens from time to time, but this is the only third. It's very rare that it happens. It always happens when I get out, when I stand up too quickly or I get out of bed too quickly. But today was the third time out of my whole years of being alive that it happened. So I had a hard time getting out of bed. I had a hard time coming down the stairs. I was just mobility was not an option. Mobility was not an option. On top of that, getting over food poisoning, it was not a good time for me. I have to say, I did lose some weight. At an expense, though. Out of an expense, I lost weight. It was not the greatest diet, but it kind of helped me get into those pants that I was like wanting to wear. But yeah, I would not recommend it. Please, please clean out your fridge. I am doing that. Actually, anything in my fridge anything that's expired has gone out already. I started throwing things away like after that happened. After the mistake of putting the expired salsa into my omelet. Yeah, that. Okay. Let's just get on with the game. Let's get on with the game. Let me put the game on. Let's do this. Let's put that on. It's gonna be console time, so this game is, unfortunately I couldn't find it other than Steam. Steam has it on there. This is Date Z.
Making plans for Saturday night. Let's have a ride. I'll let you try. Got new shoes and nothing. It's time to fall in love with you.
Okay, that was pretty loud. Let's see. Is it this one? No. I don't know why that's getting on. Nope. No. Is it just the regular? Okay, I guess it's this one then.
Making plans for Saturday.
I hope that doesn't give me copyright. That's some groovy tunes. Alright, let's start.
Nothing to lose. Maybe it's time to fall in love with you.
Do a new game. Oh, who are these guys? Patty, Vivica, Alicia, and Bao. Okay. Monday, 6:47, a school day. Okay. A rat infected with what will become known as the necrolytic pathogen has escaped into Massville High. By Friday, March 28, 2015, the first serious outbreak will occur. Massville High is the high school you attend. Oh my gosh. Whether you survive this coming outbreak depends on the choices you make in the next 5 days. You must get yourself a date. I gotta get myself a date by Friday. Okay. 6%. Alarm clock in your room does its best to keep you from missing your first day of school. Oh, what am I supposed to do? The The radio is a present from your mom. It's a clock radio, something she still thinks of as cool. A smooth, oddly folk feminine voice slides out of your radio. Salutations and good morning. Massville High. It's 6:47 on the crisp Monday morning of the rest of your life. Oh my gosh, it is Monday here too. Wow. A new school week is starting, and we have a few groovy transfer students joining the herd today. That's you, one of the groovy transfer students joining the school today. Mid-semester. Let's show them a traditional Massville High welcome, some light hazing, and a general indifference. This is Oriana Graves, coming to you from Massville High's own pirate radio station, Free Radio MH. 96.3 on your dial in a 5-block radius around campus. As if it wasn't weird enough that the school was built on an old Air Force base. Now, cool cats, I've got to stop giving you all the scoop on the daily jive so I can make sure I can make it to class. The rest of you should do the same. A sleepyhead ends up dead. The way she hits the word dead sends a shiver down your spine. You check the clock, 6:50. Class starts at 7:30, so there's actually time for some more shut-eye. You check the clock, 6:50. Classes start at 7:30, so there's actually time for some more shut-eye. Hit the snooze. Something about what the girl on the clock radio said gets inside your head. Oh, great. You can't sleep. You roll out of bed, your clothes set out ready already, and you're able to be on your way in only about a minute. You spend a few more making sure you don't look like you just rolled out of bed, which you basically did. Now it's time to meet the other students. Your first period is waiting. F101 in room A15 French class. Ooh, bonjour. This is like super loud in my ears. Let's see. Is there settings? No. There we go. I'm not sure about the music. I mean, I like the music. We'll just make it. It's like blaring. I think that's fine. Actually, let's go back. It's like super loud. Okay, resume. Massiveville High, a school built on an old military. Yeah, that doesn't ring well with me. The buildings, the dorms you just left, and just about everything else are renovated military buildings. Built in 1942, Massville Air Base was technician. What? Oh, field for the Pacific Northwest. The military closed it down in 1993. In 1998, the land was released from the federal government, making use of the previously unattended and dilapidated military air base's infrastructure. Massiveville High was founded. Some of the buildings look quite normal. However, at the center of campus, the old control tower stands up in the fog like a lighthouse. It feels like someone is watching you from it as you make your way to class. Madame Bouvier. Bonjour, mon bien, monsieur. Nevier, c'est le autre. I don't think it's right. I took French, and I don't remember it. I've only had a few semesters of French. Bonjourning. Bonjour, professeur. Tu es faible et un verre. Salut, madame. Comment ça va? I'll do that one. Salut, madame. Salut, madame. Comment ça va? Ah, bien. There are days where I become quite confused being surrounded by so many handsome young men. Huh? You are the new student. Choose your seat, I might suggest. Madame Bouvier, the French teacher, she comes off very French, which to a young man like yourself generally means confusing and oddly sexually charged. She points to a specific seat. Trust me, mon vieux, this is the one. Something in her eyes lets you know she's not joking. It's probably the fact that she's the teacher. So you sit. As the student starts to trickle in, the teacher starts her introduction. Salut, je m'appelle Madame Bouvier. Enchantée de te rencontrer. I am Madame Bouvier, your French teacher for what may very well be the rest of your lives. The teacher is hard to focus on as girls start to enter the class. You always heard that French class was made up almost entirely of cute girls. At your last school, that had not been the case. It had been 13 boys and the old, very egg-shaped Professor Chaplon, who wasn't even French. He'd been Dutch or something. Each girl seemed to get their own moment as they came in and took their seats, each of them taking a seat directly around you. Remember what we've been practicing. Introduce yourself à la France. Salut, je m'appelle Vivi. Que grand désafiant. Il souffre déjà de ce qu'elle grande. The first girl that comes through speaks with the confidence of someone fluent in the language. No one shows off. No one likes a show off. Oh my gosh, I can't read. No one likes a show off. Vivi and Jean de la Fronte is a hack. The second girl matches in with confidence. Je m'appelle Alicia. Is that all? Au libreté que de crimes on comment in ton nom. The generic teenage rage against rolls off her. Just sit, my young revolutionary. Je m'appelle Patty, Miss Bouvier. I smashed my diorama for 5th period, and I really want to try and fix it. Something about the third girl so really wholesome. Maybe it's the way she seemed to think m'appelle rhymes with my apple. Sit down, Patty. Yes, Madame Bouvier. Right. Je m'appelle Bao, Madame Bouvier. I've heard rumors that the last of the four, she intends like she's trying to play some newsroom correspondence on an old sitcom. Sit down, Bao. The rumors, though, suggest that you and... Sit down, Bao. We have French to learn. I will note that you refuse to answer. 4 girls each sits around you. The cardinal directions you in the center. Your French teacher gives you a bit of a smirk. Now, last week, we were talking about the French dietist who left this written on the Mona Lisa. She writes out LHOOQ on the board. Oh. Vivi raises her hand, waving it back and forth. However, she doesn't wait to be called on. Elle assured au cool. It sounds like Elle assured au cool. She is correct. This is a French pun. It means a burn it in her bum. However, a better translation is she has fire below, as the man who made the pun internationally famous explained. He is suggesting that even though you can't see it, there is a deep burning sexual fire deep inside this and every woman. This was important because at the time, the teacher keeps talking as other students come in to introduce themselves. However, it feels like a small little world quickly develops around you. Vivi Q, always trying to show off. Just because I read and you don't. Alicia reads comic books. Probably. Alicia mostly reads romance novels. Ha, Cattle Black. I had one of those books with the hunky guy on the cover laying around. You what? You brought a book like that to school? Which one? So you're the new kid, right? It takes a few moments for you to realize that she was talking to you. In fact, all 4 girls are staring right at you suddenly. It takes a few moments. Okay. Je suis entendue active. The teacher is kind of weird. Yes, but yes. Yes, I'm the new student. That much is pretty obvious. Welcome to Bouvier's class. She's great. I think she's sleeping with the gym teacher. Ha, she wishes. She's nice, but often in her own little world. Says the queen of the airheads. I'm queen of something instead of what? Are you Steve McQueen? Yeah, if he was a badass instead of a bitch boy. Let me go get some water. I'll be right back. Okay. So we're with Alicia. Yeah, if he was a badass instead of a bitch boy. Bow. I need to find a new scoop to write about. Something or someone interesting. Alicia. Looking for a new victim? Patty, if you find one, ask if he knows anything about model building and glue. I keep gluing my fingers together and it's really annoying. Vivica. Nail polish remover will dissolve that. See, the chemical acetone acts as an organic solvent. Alicia. Vivi, Q, no one asked you. Those girls seem like a fun bunch to be around with. They keep going on about school stuff. Too bad you're not involved anymore. Madame Bouvier, that is quite enough, all of you. Please focus on the lesson at hand. As I was saying, the way that sexuality and art intersects is as close as humanity comes to the divine. The rest of the class is not boring. However, you don't think you ended up learning any French or much of anything else. Oh, man. This wasn't a good first date. In fact, it was terrible. You failed to make any friends or leave any impression whatsoever. The only person who actually noticed you roaming around the school pointlessly was your French teacher. Oh gosh. Madame Bouvier. Oh mon Dieu. There you are. She grabs you by the shoulder and looks at you seriously. I cannot help but notice that a young man such as yourself seems to be avoiding the attention of mademoiselles. Young people should get to know one another. You may be surprised how hard it is to make friends when you are older. Life can be quite sad if you stay in your own little bubble, but c'est la vie. Some people prefer to be a part of the crowd. She pats you on the shoulder and heads off like she's giving you some kind of wisdom or something. You aren't very impressed. 1 week later, after a week of keeping your head down and just trying to fit into your new school, there's a zombie outbreak and you're torn apart in front of the same girls you didn't seem interested in getting to know. Your last thought is that you have no idea if this is ironic or not. You just know that it sucks. Is your French teacher laughing at you? You kind of hope she dies next. Okay. I found it. It's real. I knew it. I just hope I have enough time. I guess time isn't an issue as I think if this works. Whoa. You've just unlocked time travel. Now you can take a step back in the dialogue or rewind to one of the previous encounters. Okay. Okay. All right, we started off Monday 6:47. School day. Okay. Okay, so we weren't that impressive. Okay, get up. Okay. So we're going back to where, okay, Madame Bouvier. Bonjour, mon vieux monsieur. Les filles, c'est les autres. Let's try this one. Bonjour, professeur. Deus faible et unver. I know I said that wrong. You should not say such things to a woman of marrying age, and certainly not in peacetime. Huh? You are the new student. Choose your seat. I might suggest Madame Bouvier, the French. Trust me, Mobile. This is the one. Okay, we got that. Oh shoot, the teachers are. Okay. Remember what we've been practicing? Introduce yourselves à la France. Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay. Already heard that. Okay, we got past that. Okay. Because we already answered this. You don't know the half of it. Once she did a whole class on belly dancing, outfit and all, claiming it was cultural right of hers, thanks to some kind of racist mumbo jumbo about a World's Fair. That was not my favorite day. I thought it was rad. I think she's sleeping with the gym teacher. He wishes. She's nice, but often in her own little world. Says the Queen of Airheads. At least I'm queen of something, instead of what are you, Steve McQueen? Yeah, if he was a badass instead of a bitch boy. New guy, let me show you around the school during break. Sure. She wants to take notes for her. Huh? She probably wants more than that. I can show you around. Do you know anything about model building and glue? I keep gluing my fingers together and it's really annoying. Nail polish remover will dissolve that. See, the chemical acetone acts as an organic solvent. No one asked. New kid. Don't let these dweebs show you. Yeah, let me know if you want me to. That is quite enough. All of you, please focus on the lesson at hand. As I was saying, the way that sexuality and art intersect is as close as humanity comes to the divine. The rest of the class is not boring. However, you don't think you ended up learning any French or much of anything else. Ooh, okay, who do we get? You actually make it to PE class on time, though changing into your gym outfit takes you a bit, so a lot of kids are already doing things. As you walk onto the gym floor, you hear a woman shout, "Get out of the way!" which gets you to look directly at the volleyball that bounces right off your face. Hard. What is worse, you made a squeaky sound like a little girl. Now everyone is laughing. Oh, great. I told you, get out of the way. Did you not hear me, Squeaker? Again, her face. Angry with rage, march right up to her. What was that? My killer spike, there's no defense other than your face, apparently. My face is better than your whole serve. Let's do this first one. I bet your face could stop a lot of things. Are you calling me ugly? Was I? The PE teacher blows his whistle very loudly. That's enough, both of you. Now apologize, shake hands, and find a team. Alicia shakes your hand and stares at you the whole time in a way that is surprisingly intimidating. Her grip is really strong, too. Sorry, the ball went wild. I was aiming for the back corner. Her apology sounds genuine? Huh? Yeah, okay. After that, PE class goes as normal. Boof, until a volleyball bounces off the side of your head painfully. I thought I said out of the way, Squeaker. The grin on Alicia's face is friendly, though so is her tone. It takes a moment for you to realize that the ball had hit a lot softer than the first one as well. Oh, the rest of the class goes smoothly. Nice. Then we met Alicia. Passing through the main campus after PE, everything seems to have gone pretty smashed. Oh, you just turned in time to slam into another student. The young woman had been half running along holding a diorama up and out, and it's clear that the diorama took the brunt of the attack. It had probably been a wind farm before the collision. Now it looked more like a diorama of a smashed bunch of cardboard. Oh no. You bend down to help her pick up the pieces. I don't even know how it crumpled like this. I thought it was sturdier than this. Let me help you. Oh, thanks, a true gentleman. Despite how annoying it must be to have her obvious class project smashed, she seems very happy to have had the help. The two of you collect the very sticky and very broken bits of plastic, cardboard, and plaster. The two of you... Okay. Let's do that. What did this used to be? A wind farm? A tiny one. A tiny fake one. I mean, kind of. I put a lot of work into this. She gets a dark look as she stares at the remains of her diorama. I'm supposed to give a presentation on green power. The whole thing even spun. I spent a lot of time on this. Like a lot. Hours. I don't even know. I mostly worked on it while watching TV. She takes a deep breath and stares at the broken wreckage of her work. This is horrible. As the two of you stack the debris up in your hands bump, she looks away as they do, as if not wanting to meet your eyes. Well, mostly horrible. The smile you get from Patty makes this momentary embarrassment from having crushed the diorama worth it. Uh-huh. We meet Patty. Oh, and she gets a 7. Alright, you see Vivi reading and decide to go over and talk to her. She's reading the book. She has a way of being hunched forward with her shoulders up. Almost bird-like. It's cute, really. It's clear she's focused on the book, almost as a way to avoid looking at anyone. This is the library, after all, so she's the only one actually reading. Other people are studying, sitting, eating. We'll ask her about the book she's reading. Oh, one of the Tower Falls saga. I've heard it's good. You've never really heard of it before, except that it existed. It's alright. I greatly prefer Tanner's run, back from 86. The sheer whimsy and the overall sense of fun that was closer to the pre-Tolkien era of fiction really drew me in. The wild magic and the whimsical nature of the Fae. Baby takes a slow deep breath as she lets the book drop. So if you're going to read it, start with Tanner. 86, Whispers of the Fallen Lords, Saga of Kings. She drops the book onto her lap, arms crossed, resting her head in her hands. You have her full attention suddenly. Okay. So new guy on campus. You know the riddle of the Stone King? I don't think I do. If you're faced with fighting the dragon or rescuing the princess, which would you choose? That seems like a strange question. Seems like a strange question, right? It's meant to test what you really desire. A happy future or an exciting time. I think how someone answers it says a lot about them. So what would it be? Have fun with the elf girl at the tavern. I think fight the dragon. I'm gonna put that. Gotta fight the dragon. Right. Like, of course you do. It's just, I don't know. You want to fight the dragon to face the unbeatable foe and come out the other end? That's always my answer too. I mean, princesses are cool, but dragons? Gotta fight them. She smiles at you, almost bouncing in her seat. I think I have... Here. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a ratty dog-eared book. This is a good one. If you're thinking of getting into Towerfall, I gotta get going, but give it a look. Vivi smiles as she walks past you, leaving the old book in your hand. It looks like she's read it a dozen times. Oh, we got an 8 from Vivi. Okay, let's go to Bao. You decide to hang out with Bao while she works on her stories. So what are you working on? A real humdinger of a story. It's about the top rivalries at her school. Well, it's a whole series I've been doing. Massville High's massive rivalry problem. I haven't gotten the name of the series yet, but I have 2 pieces done, and I'm working on this one here about Vivica and Jill. 2 of Massive High's best students that have been at each other's throats for weeks. She checks her notes. A week at least. I've been following it for a week. I think it went longer for that. Longer than that. Vivica, Vivi, as the source prefers to be called, thinks that Jill is being taken advantage of by our science teacher. She's probably not wrong, but she's also jealous. Why do you care about all of this? What is Jill working on? How much eavesdropping does your work take? What is Jill working on? Okay, we'll do that. What is Jill working on? That's the $6 million question. I honestly wish I knew. Whatever it is, she thinks it's big. Evan's the teacher she's working with thinks it's big. Vivica doesn't think it's big. Vivi. She doesn't think it's big. She thinks that Evans is just wasting Jill's time because she's young and naive. If there's one thing I dislike, it's someone who takes advantage of the power they have over people who don't have any. I think the key to cracking this whole case wide open, Val bites the end of her pen as she gets an intense look on her face, is finding out what Professor Evans is really up to. After that, she gets a bit of a far-off look. This school's a powder keg, and he's giving off sparks. You feel the silence after that go on for a moment. Oh my gosh, not along. Like, what she said was cool. Do you always talk in cliches? Someone has to douse him before... Okay, we'll do the last one. Someone has to douse him before it's too late. Exactly! She gives you a devil may cry stare. Devil may care smile as she packs up. I'm going to go eavesdrop at the teacher's lounge. Don't follow me, kid. You cramp my style. She tips her hat to you before heading off. Ooh, we got a 9. Okay. You peek into the gym during the break. Kids seem to be mostly using the PE gear to play around. At first he thought they were playing dodgeball, but they seem to be doing lots of things with the balls. Mostly throwing them at each other. New kid. Huh? The PE teacher calls out for you, then checks his notebook. Right. They didn't give me your name. Why do I always get last week's sheets? Did you know we've won 3 straight state volleyball championships? Are you telling me this is for some kind of reason? Do you care what I have to say, or are you just talking to talk? Championships don't matter, you know. Let's see. Okay. Are you telling me this is for some kind of reason? You care what I have to say, or just talk? We're going to do the second one. The coach does not even slow down as he talks over you. His practice at shouting down teenagers is clearly top notch. I want it to be 4 so badly. Alicia, she's my chance. She's the key. If only she wasn't so volatile. He turns and stares into the trophy case. There seems to be an empty spot next to 3 other trophies. I need this. I need this to make sure people remember me after I'm gone from this school. They'll look into this trophy case and think, that coach got 4 of those. You don't have anything to add. Though you do wonder if he's having a midlife crisis. Whatever you do, new kid, don't get into teaching. It seems good. Summer's off. Steady pay. Get to hang out at school all day. No one notices. No one cares. Sensing that none of this is pertinent to you, you back out of the gym slowly. After the break period is over, you make your way to the history classroom. Greetings, class. You look around the class at a double take as the PE teacher seems to be at the front of the room. No one else seems surprised by this, so you assume it's normal. Written on the board is the name Mr. Cogswell. You assume that is a PE coach or history teacher, or that's probably their name. If everyone can open up the book to page 306. Is that where we left off? No, but it's a good starting place if we're going to actually get through the subject matter before the standardized tests. Yeah, okay. Who wants to start reading on page 306? Vivi cute. Nobody asked you. Vivi just sticks her tongue out, Alicia. It seems friendly. You get the feeling that Mr. Cogswell doesn't give history the same kind of injury he gives PE. The rest of the period is just people taking turns reading. Wow. However, you keep being distracted by giggling, shifting, sounds. However, whenever you look back, it's just Alicia and Bao sitting in the back corner. You can't shake the feeling that they're doing something interesting with one another whenever you're not looking. Class ends well before you actually see anything, but you thought you saw them rubbing legs under the table. Oh. They may have been kicking each other, but your young teenage mind prefers to assume the most erotic possibilities. They're obviously murderous lesbians who will kill their teacher and escape to Canada. Pat, class is over. Are you okay? You look like you're drooling. Patty breaks you out of your daydream, and after you wipe your face, you shuffle out the classroom. Which one should we go? I guess we'll go there. You decide to catch lunch with Vivi. Oh, wow. Though she's quiet in the line, and when you sit down, she's reading a book. You don't even know where she got it from. It was like it materialized in her hand. Clash and Sorrow. It looks like one of those fantasy books based off some role-playing game. For a while, she eats and reads. It's unclear if she even remembers you're there. Cough to get her attention. Is it one of the books based on the role-playing games? Anything fun to do on camp? Okay, we'll do number 2 because it seems like she's really interested in just reading. Oh, yeah, sorta. She looks up at you nervously and then brushes her hair behind her ear before putting the book aside. Oh, sorry, you can watch. I forgot about you. Fit through her brain, but it doesn't come out of her mouth. So this is the campus at lunch. People do whatever, really. You can even leave campus if you want. No one does. There's not really anywhere to go. Some people sometimes eat lunch at the top of the tower, but I don't go up there. It's way too scary, and I don't think we're supposed to. I spend all my time in the library or the lab mostly, but I'm a big nerd, so, you know. Okay, nothing wrong being a big nerd. I want to know more about the book you're reading. Libraries are lame. Everyone knows that. Okay. We'll just do number 1. Nothing wrong with being a nerd. I wish most people felt that way. I think most people feel that way. I guess. But you can think what you want, I guess. I've got a lot of studying to do, so I should probably go do that. She kind of gets up and shovels off in perhaps the most awkward way possible. She stops and changes direction and goes the opposite way. Okay, she went the wrong way. Okay, so we have to get a date by Friday, so let's see where we're going. Science class. Your first one, however, things are chaos. Everyone, can you please open your books to page 303? You heard the girl. Page 303, everyone. The PE teacher blows his whistle loudly, getting the chattering gaggle of kids to quiet down and focus up. Okay, now, we're working on... we're working on the basic chemical reactions lab. It's actually page 306. The tone in her voice is unmistakable. Yes, turn to page 306. The temperature in the room drops about 5 degrees. You heard the brainiacs. Page 306. Get to it. We'll be going over some basic chemical reactions. Everyone is going to need to put on their goggles and know how to use the eye wash station. The eye wash station is over there. Holy hell, what kind of terrible torture device is this? It's for washing your eyes, if you get something in them. I'd rather lose my eyes than put them in that. Phew. Yeah. Vivi, who is sitting right next to you, what? Wait, are you her lab partner? She huffs and talks low enough, and probably no one else can hear her. A student teaching the class, it's ludicrous, especially when she still frazzles from helping out with the professor Evan's special project. She can barely keep herself together. Evans is taking advantage of her. Jill's smart, but she's not smart enough to see that. Teachers shouldn't take advantage of their students. What's Evans working on? Is the PE teacher an idiot? Let's see. What's Evans working on? Is the PE teacher an idiot? Teachers shouldn't take advantage of students. I guess the first one, I guess. Let's just say the first one. Teachers shouldn't take advantage of students. They really shouldn't. Evans is just making Jill do all his real work, and if he does accomplish anything, she won't even be mentioned in the final paper. If it happens all the time. Okay, so we're supposed to be doing this. She points at the book. It looks like a lot of words and colored images to you. It's horrifying. However, I think what I want to try is something like... She flips forward a few pages and it looks 6 times as scary. There's so many colors and things. Wait, is that a skull and crossbones warning? So we'll need... Here, put these goggles. Put on these goggles. Put them on. You put on the safety gear as Vivi does the same and starts to gather and mess with chemicals. It looks like something out of a cartoon. She talks while she's doing it, but it's hard to keep up with her. So as this is a base, we need to be careful. We don't want any volatile reactions, so you can hand me the next one. Step 31, it's over there. You hand her the pink chemical, hand her the green chemical, and we'll just hand her the clear chemical. We don't know what she's doing. You hand her the pink. Oh, I guess I did. Ruby takes it and pours it carefully into what she's working on. Huh? Wait, this is... It's at the moment you realize she'd been pointing at the red chemical. You hadn't even seen it. Oh well, what's the word that could... Oh, shite. There's an explosion. Thankfully, it's one made mostly of foam. It comes gushing out of the container in front of Vivi. Ah! She stumbles back right into you. Foam going everywhere. Both of you fall, and the world goes dark. Oh, come on now. Get up, you two. This is such a mess. This better get cleaned up, or the school is going to blame me. You can hear just fine. You can't see. Is there foam all over your goggles? You reach for them, but you find something else. Warm, soft, and hey! And she's on top of you. Realize this. You have a moment where you realize that she's sitting in your face. Oh, we'll be pervy. Oh, very still is nice form and just a good place to be eventually, though. She managed to get herself off and jumps up the world, returns. Vivi is covered in what looks like some kind of foam standing in the middle of class. Everyone's staring and laughing. Eventually, you both get to clean. That's what happens when you go off book. Vivi doesn't say anything back to that. She's too embarrassed, but she clearly wants to. By the time the mess is cleaned up, the bell rings. Okay, hold on just a moment. On the way out, Vivi doesn't look you in the eye. Sorry, I should have made sure you knew when I was asking for, did you like, never mind. She rushes out, she rushes out of class before you can ask her what she meant. Okay, what is this? You decide to just head back to your dorms. On the way back, you see Professor Evans. He's irritated, almost shouting at a man walking with him. Spike, I don't care what your concerns are. I started this research for you, so you better... He notices you and immediately stops talking. Instead, just watching you until you walk off. He doesn't seem like a very nice guy. You make it home, well, to your dorm, which is going to be your home for at least as long as you go to the school. It was quite a day, but maybe there's a place for you here? You're tired though, so you see something move into the dark outside your window. Taking a closer look, you see it's a small animal, a rat. The rat stares at you for a few moments. It looks weird. You don't know why, but that rat sends a shiver down your spine. It crawls off into the night, and then there's just darkness. You're probably just letting things get to your head. You try to get some sleep. Oh, I survived the first day. Nice. 6:47 a.m. The alarm clock in your room does its best to keep you from missing your second day of school. A smooth and soft and smoky feminine voice slides out of your radio like the day before. Salutations and good morning, Massive High. It's 6:47 on this fresh Tuesday morning. That groovy transfer student I mentioned yesterday seems to have made quite the splash. The problem with standing out in high school is people notice. Look after yourself, new guy. Can't trust anyone at the school to do it for you. This has been Oriana Graves coming to you from Massiveville High's own personally funded and privately owned pirate radio station. Free Radio MH. 16.02 on your dials in a 5-block radius around campus. If anyone tells his teachers about me, I hate you. You check the clock, 6:50. Class starts at 7:30. Time to get up. School starts with French class. Madame Bouvier seems to be in standard form. Madame Bouvier. A lot of French opera was, at least at first, based on Italian opera. Mon Dieu, it takes you a moment to realize they're talking directly to you. Oh no, you just got singled out. What is the French word for opera? You had almost forgotten this was a class and not some kind of strange version of stand-up. That was probably in the worksheets for last night. Did you even do them? Everyone is looking at you now, especially the cute girls all around you. This is your moment. The opera. Le opera. I'm gonna go le opera. I don't remember. Le opera. Bien. Your accent needs some work. Do not take your conjugations from cartoons. You hear Vivi snicker. Lee, what are you talking? What are you, a skunk? 'Cause he stinks. No, because he's got a long tail. What? No, it's I don't know what she means when she says that. I thought you sounded very French. I'm Lee Fromage. Lee Potpourri. Les France. Miss Bouvier, everyone back here keeps talking. Quiet down, class. Let's move on to conjugation. 3 of the girls around you giggle. One of them sulks and mumbles to herself. I was talking about the cartoon skunk that's always chasing cats. I thought it was funny. You think it's going to be a long trimester, but Probably not boring. After a conjugation lecture, you only partially absorb class. Class ends. However, as you bend over to get your bag, oh, you feel something squeeze your rear. What? By the time you look back, though, all you see is the 4 girls heading off themselves. Did one of them? Did you, Matt? Which one? French class is a dangerous place. Somebody pinched him. Okay. What's here? You peek into French class. You hear the teacher talking loudly. The reason the dentists leave such an imprint, not only in Europe, but the United States as well, is that they have a zest for life hidden in their nihilistic philosophy. It sounds like her. The class isn't empty today, though. You see Oriana, one of the other girls from around school, isn't in there. Do you have any of these films anywhere? A few compilation DVDs. The quality is not best, but as one ages, one gains value, even if it loses quality. They seem very comfortable with one another. You get the feeling this is probably a regular thing. You decide not to interrupt. Okay, or found Oriana. Okay, where are we going? You see Vivi looking over some notes. This is incredible. Evans may actually be a genius. You see that they don't seem to be Vivi's notes. She's clearly taken them from someone. What are you up to, Jill? Probably she's taking them from Jill. Think of, did you steal Jean's note? Any idea what Evans? Oh, you know what? Do this third one. Any idea what Evans is actually up to? I think he's working on trying to cure not just one degenerative disease, but on a fundamental and potentially revolutionary system that might be able to target almost any degenerative disease. That sounds world-changing, yes. Vivi says it in a way that suggests, this is exactly the kind of thing I wish that I was working on. Changing the medical landscape with a single breakthrough. Ambitious! So much ambition. Professor Evans really is a genius. Or maybe he's insane. He can be both. Isn't that the kind of research dangerous? Why didn't it... Excuse me. We'll do the first one. Can be both. Yes, you can be both. I don't know if Evans is both based on this. It's actually not a lot to go on. Hopefully he's both and not just crazy, right? She laughs, but you don't. Something about that really sits in your stomach the wrong way. Don't be so dour. I mean, the worst that could happen with something like that would be... She thinks about it for a moment. There is a reason why this kind of research into the way cells divide and why, how to fix and change them is regulated. Something that cures cancer, something that causes cancer can be real close. One wrong RNA sequence and suddenly everyone has super cancer. There's something horrific, real world cases. Like there's a form of cancer that Wolverines get that can be passed physically. Could you imagine? Vivi shudders. Doesn't mean that pushing the boundaries on something like this isn't exciting. I should give this back to Jill. Vivi stands up and sighs and heads off with the offending notes in hand. Okay. Alright, so we're going to... You decide to spend some time with Patty, who seems upset over her grades. I normally get good grades. This is so dumb. That stupid diagram was supposed to have saved my grade, but instead it got smashed. Oh, Patty, you're not being the trick. Don't think crying will change my mind. Shit smash, stupid face. The trimester isn't over. 1 or 2 bad grades aren't. So no, that'll send her off the rails. Grades are stupid. No, because she's into her grades. So we'll just do the first one. The trimester isn't over. There's still plenty of time to fix your grade, I guess, but that's a lot of work and I already tried so hard. I thought trying to focus on my strengths, arts and crafts instead of what I'm bad at, science, would work in my favor. Guess I was wrong. Not that grades matter that much to me. Oh, never mind. I guess that last answer would have worked too. Not that grades matter that much to me or anything. School not your thing. What does matter to you? Do you have favorite class? Let's do the second one. A female always likes to know what matters to you. What's more important to you? Can never go wrong with that. What does matter to you? People I care about. Family. Things like that. I guess I do want to go to college. Just seems like something I should do. I'll need to not fail science if that's going to happen. My dad is always like, honey, you don't need college. Find a cute boy at church. Which is just dad. All of those guys are pod people. Pod people? Your dad cares about you. Not looking for someone? Just do that when your dad cares about you. This is kind of like friend zoning. I'm just going to friend zone myself. I know he wants to make sure I'm taken care of. I want more than just being taken care of, though. Not that I mind the idea of being taken care of. I mean, well, taken care of isn't right. Partnership, where my half is the fun stuff, like cooking and cleaning and shopping and raising the kids. I just don't want to end up defined by the person I end up with. I want to be me with them. I want us to be more together than apart. Patty gets a sly look on her face. What do you look for in that kind of a partner? Oh my gosh. We're gonna do the last one. I'm sorry, I'm eating. Just that, partner. You're just saying what I want to hear. Nuh-uh. Yeah, huh, dummy. She doesn't seem all that upset. I just think it sounds nice. A partner, somebody who has my back and I have theirs, but forever family. It's not so silly, right? No, not so silly. Patty gives a nod and a look you think is supposed to be charming. You're a good listener. Thanks. Yay! What do we get? 18. History class starts with a loud whistle from the PE teacher. Okay, everyone, listen up. This is some real dark, real true spooky junk we're going to go over today. Disease. We got the Spanish flu. We got the Black Plague. We got syphilis, AIDS. We got all things, cholera. The big hitters of disease. Malaria? Not on the syllabus. Yeah, but I think it not on the syllabus. Okay, we're going to break up into groups. He breaks the class up into groups. He then walks everyone through a fairly convoluted setup where people are handed pieces of paper to let them know if they're infected or not. Oh my gosh. Then everyone is supposed to shake hands with 2 other people. Afterwards, everyone is supposed to show their paper to the person they shake hands with and then make a mark on their paper if the other person is infected. Okay, everyone got their papers? Go! You check your paper is blank. Shake hands with Vivi. Shake hands with Patty. Ooh. Shake hands with Patty. She is infected. I started that way. Don't blame me. She seemed legitimately worried you'll think of her as unclean. Oh, wow. Okay. Find someone else to shake hands with now. Shake hands with Bao. Sorry, what can I say? Her paper has the mark. Oh my gosh. Okay, now everyone check your paper. If you saw someone with a mark, you should have marked your own. After all of it, you check your paper. You have the mark. Guess you caught the plague or whatever. Okay, now everyone who has a mark on their paper, raise their hand. Every hand in the class goes up. Oh, geez. Every single one. Every person in the classroom raises their hand. See that? Urgh, wait. Was that how? All of you. Did I do this right? Did I give out too many? Oh. Double checks his worksheet. The bell rings before this confusion can be cleared up. Okay. Today's stream is going to be, it's going to be short. I still have some things I need to take care of, so we'll play like a few more chapters and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. You end up behind Vivica in the school lunch line. She's reading a book, looks like Clash and Bash book or whatever they're called. High fantasy. You think it's based on some game. It's almost a minute and she still hasn't moved forward. The people behind you are getting restless. Try and get her attention. Just keep waiting. Shove her. We'll just try and get her. Hey, Vivi. Hello. She doesn't react. Vivi! She finally looks up and blinks as if coming out of a trance. Oh, sorry. She moves up quickly but goes right back to reading. After a few more false starts, you manage to get your lunch. What's on the menu today? All right. As you peek into the French classroom, you see a girl leaving. You think you've seen her around campus. She just brushes past you, though, and in the classroom, just the teacher now. You see that teacher is reading a book. Pataphysics is written on the cover. What are you reading? Who was that just now? Just leave and don't say anything. Oh, we'll just ask the teacher what she's reading. Madam Boo, yeah. Oh. She looks at the book and then at you. Pataphysics. How to explain. It is the science of that which cannot be and yet exists nonetheless. It is the removal of context to the point of the collapse of an idea of context. She interlaces her fingers as if this is going to help make what she is saying make more sense. I see. You really don't know. Part philosophy, part parody. It still has much to tell us about the absurdity of life. Imagine you are trapped in a box. You imagine you're trapped in this conversation. To get out using a key on a lock would be a very normal solution to the problem, yes? But if there is no lock, how does one get out? Perhaps you break the key in half and put the two halves back together. That way you make a hole, shave it down a little so it's a proper hole, and use that hole to escape the box. Isn't that just a bad joke everyone learns when they're 6? That would be a more silly or pun-based solution. Still though, if we go further, and to escape the box, you say, kill me, so that I can't finish telling you about the box's error. That might be a more pataphysical solution to the problem. Does that answer your question? You nod and take the moment to back out of the room. Okay. You see Vivi. There's a few girls you don't know huddled around her. It's clear based on their voices that they are not very nice. Vivi, you're always dropping things. Vivi gives a sigh as the 3 random girls all reach out together and force her to drop her books and papers and things. So clumsy. The three girls laugh as once in a way that make you think none of them are very independent or smart. Yeah, why don't you roll a D30 or whatever to pick it up really fast? They also seem to be specifically making fun of her obvious interest in role-playing games. Very pleasant girls they seem to be. Threaten them dramatically, tell them to leave her alone, stay out of it. We'll do it dramatically. Lo. Lo, bring ads, be gone with you. Dash back down the halls of this place of learning, you hounds of sorrow. Okay, it was the first thing that came to mind. It's something from the few bits of the one Towerfall book you remember. The hell did you say to me? Did she just call us hounds? Who talks like that? Tall and a feather fall from third tower novel of the bulwarks. Though he didn't say low at the beginning for no reason. You did do that. You remember thinking back. Your friend's as weird as you are. Yeah. Let's get out of here. The bullies head off. Baby smiles at you as she picks her stuff up. That was cute, really, but you shouldn't give them the attention. That's what they want. Baby says it with the dull, sad tone of someone who clearly has just stopped fighting. Something that happens all the time. If you get film proof, you can't just let them do this to you. Just quietly help with the books. You can't just let them do this to you. I can do anything I want. That's the whole free will thing, you know? She gives you a bit of a smile. The school and the teachers know about it. There's only so much they can do. It's not like I enjoy it, but it's a lot less trouble to deal with them a few times a day than go through all those meetings and teachers' interventions and getting Saturday school myself because it was my word against theirs. Vivi looks angry for a moment, then goes back to picking up her books. You see, the large book is one of the Towerfall role-playing game player handbooks. A game book that lets you have adventures in a Towerfall universe. Pretty cool. You've only played a few times and it didn't go very well. Basically, Big Believe for adults or more often teenagers. You're into role-playing. I've played a few times with some old friends. Oh, we'll just do that one. Do you mean the role-playing game? The board game or the MMO? Oh my gosh. We are going to say the board game. The board game? I've only played it twice, and both times almost took 6 hours. However, I did think that the system they have in place for resource management in what would otherwise be a straight war game is very interesting. I could see it being a lot of fun once I got more familiar with the rules. Have you ever gotten to play the board game once or twice? Hard to get enough people together. You had fun, but it was like you've really gone into it. Oh, well, yeah. Trust me, I know how it goes. If it gives you a weird laugh, kind of like a balloon losing air. Clearly, she needed to laugh about it, but didn't actually find what she was laughing at funny. Used to be a board game club, but everyone quit because it was too boring. She just had a weird laugh again. Maybe we could start a new one up. Just the two of us, right? Beats me sitting alone in a room for an hour every week because no use in letting good club time go to waste. Vivi hugs the role-playing book against her chest like some kind of totem. Sorry, blathering. That's what my therapist calls it. I'll talk to you some other time. She rushes off too fast for you to stop her after that. Okay. Science class, and much to everyone's surprise, Professor Evans is there. Okay, I'm going to stop it here because I got to go run errands. Well, let's see. Save. Okay. We're going to save it here. I do hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. We will see you tomorrow, same time, 10:30. We'll finish the rest of this. I thought I got the added packs on here, but I guess I don't. I gotta look at it again. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I gotta go. We'll see you tomorrow. Be safe, make good choices. and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.